Hey everyone, so this is Charmysketches. I want to talk about Inktober and how it's been going. And for me, Inktober has been going great. I am slightly behind near the end here, but only with updates. I just haven't updated my Twitter for a while, but I'm excited that I'm going to try to print a zine with all of my Inktober illustrations, and also some of them will become stickers. So that's going to be exciting. I'm going to be working on putting together some zines and hopefully getting some more commissions and other things like that. Anyway, basically I wanted to say that November is going to be an interesting month. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing my Inktober pieces, be sure to follow me on Twitter. And also, for the Manga Readathon that I'm going to be talking about today, I'm going to be tweeting a little bit. So I'm going to be participating in the hashtag, which is 24-Hour Tezuka, and basically this is going to be a 24-hour manga reading marathon. I want to kickstart my manga reading again because I have not been reading my collection as much as I would like, and I also haven't been able to add very much to my collection, like possibly 2 volumes since my last video. But then again, I've never shown my complete collection. It's basically overflowing one bookshelf, so it's not a ton. It's not as amazing as like Manga Hoarder or anything like that. But anyway, speaking of Manga Hoarder, the Readathon is going to be hosted by Manga Hoarder, Shelf Space Fleeting, and Shay Geeks Out. The Readathon starts on November 3rd at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's when it's going to start, but for me, that's 12 p.m. I'll leave a link in the description to a time zone converter so you can figure out when the Readathon starts for you. And this Readathon is being held in celebration of Tezuka Osamu's, or Osamu Tezuka's 90th birthday. Obviously he is no longer alive, but if he was still alive it would be his 90th birthday, which is very exciting. And he's considered basically the god of manga, or the creator of manga, like what we know today as a lot of manga. So yes, he's very influential and very awesome. Unfortunately, I can't say that I've read much of his actual manga, and I really want to rectify that. So the official Twitter account for this readathon, at Manga Readathon, basically if you're a manga fan on Twitter, or someone that's just interested in giving manga a try and you want to, you know, do something fun and maybe rent some manga from your local library or something like that, definitely check out Manga Hoarder's videos, and also Shelf Space Fleeting and Shay Geeks Out. And there are tons of other manga YouTube people too that are really awesome. So yeah, if you're interested in joining our community, it's pretty awesome, and I'm really glad to be making more videos again. But anyway, so basically for my TBR, I have chosen these books, and here's just a quick glance at the top of the spines, and Kaito. But anyway, so yeah, basically the first, there are manga reading challenges for this readathon. Yeah, they're all themed around one of his works. So the first reading challenge is Astro Boy. So I need to read a manga featuring robots or machines to complete this challenge. So I decided to go with Eden, It's a Endless World by Hiroki Endo. And I only have volume 1. I found out about this series from a YouTube channel called Split Screen Life, and I will link their video down in the description where they talked about this title. After a glance at the synopsis, this manga series is set in a post-apocalyptic world in which humans have cybernetically enhanced bodies. So I'm pretty sure that's going to fit into the challenge. And I've been holding off on reading this because I know it's incomplete in English, and my Japanese isn't really good enough yet to read anything other than shoujo manga or shonen manga. I believe this is a seinen, and the volumes that were published in English were published by Dark Horse, and of course that means they're kind of extremely rare, normally really highly priced on eBay. And I was able to find this volume, surprisingly enough, at a used bookstore local to me in really good condition, and I'm pretty sure it was only $4.99, which is actually a really good price considering this is an out-of-print manga, and the artwork just looks fantastic in here. I'm extremely excited to read this, and yes. So the second reading challenge is Kimba the White Lion. And can I just say how much I really like that anime? It's really awesome, and I don't know if the manga was ever released into English, but if it was, please let me know because I would love to check it out. I know obviously it's been released in Japanese multiple times, but I've never come across a eBay auction or anything for Kimba. Anyway, so basically the point of this challenge is to read a manga that features animals or nature, and so for that I've basically decided that I'm going to the first and basically only manga on this list that is in Japanese. So this is Fua Fua Cinema Roll, and basically it's a Sanrio manga about a character, and this character is Cinema Roll, and the artwork in here just looks adorable. And as you can see, the manga artist who worked on this also worked on the Pokemon manga, the cute Pokemon manga, PPP Pikachu, I think it is. Okay, so this manga is written by Yumi Tsukirino, and yes, the characters look adorable, and I'm pretty sure that they're bulldogs, but they totally don't look like bulldogs. They totally kind of look like bunnies or something, but yes, they're very cute. And as you can see, if my camera would focus, I'm not really sure why it's having such trouble focusing, but basically, as you can see here, there's furigana on pretty much all of the kanji. And that's perfect for me because I literally have baby level Japanese. So, but you know, you gotta start somewhere, and I'm really excited to read this. I currently own Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, and they're still in plastic. The only one that's not still in plastic is the first volume, and Volume 4, which is the final volume in this series, and it still has its plastic on as well, and also a ribbon around the book. I'm not totally sure what they call these in Japan, but I should probably find out. So yeah, I'm really excited to dig into this manga. I'm really excited to dig into Fua Fua Cinnamon Roll, and I keep saying cinnamon roll because on the cover here, cinnamon rolls, but I don't know if, I guess it's because his tail looks like a cinnamon roll, like a bulldog, even though he totally doesn't look like a... Either way, I'm going to be vlogging, hopefully, while I'm doing this readathon. I'm super excited about that. Hopefully it works out okay. Other than this, I might try to complete, because I actually didn't fully complete it, Bloody Roar, the manga. It's only 2 volumes, and it's got furigana for every kanji, but I wasn't able to get very far in it because I kind of felt like some of the language is a bit difficult for me right now. But yeah, they literally have furigana for every single kanji. That would totally fit for this challenge as well. because Bloody Roar is basically, it's based on a video game, but these are different characters in the video game, and basically it's about humans that can transform into beast-like forms, and they're called zoanthropes. At least I think I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. Zoanthrope. Zoanthropes. So, zoanthrope. It's really awkward to say in Japanese. It's like katakana, so, but yeah, it's a really cool manga, and I'm glad I bought it, but I'm still not on the level yet where I can really fully understand it, so I'm still on baby level. Challenge number 3 is Buddha, so I need to read a manga that's religious or historical. So the first manga that I decided to choose for this challenge is this educational manga about Mother Teresa, and it's written by Masahide Kikai and illustrated by Ken Kishida. And as you can see, there is Astro Boy, and Astro Boy is Tezuka Osamu's most known character, I'm assuming. Personally, I actually knew him for Kimba, but I know a lot of people, their first time they heard Tezuka Osamu was because of Astro Boy, but for me it was Kimba. So yeah, and so this is the back of the manga, and it has the characters praying, and I'm really excited to read this, because like it's got, the person who did this did a very good job of imitating Tezuka Osamu's style. Of course, I haven't actually read any of his manga, but that style looks pretty accurate to me. And yeah, so I'm excited for that. And it basically explains right here in the cover, it explains what is edu manga, and I'm assuming that means educational manga. Edu manga is Japanese educational manga. The edu manga series introduces key historical figures and retells their amazing life stories for kids of all ages to enjoy. And I guess that includes me. Edu manga also incorporates authentic Japanese manga style storytelling and artwork. So yeah. And it's oriented in its original right to left reading format. So yeah, and it says here, Astro Boy is one of Japan's most popular icons and your guide through each edu manga adventure. Join him as he takes an incredible trip through history and offers helpful life lessons for young readers. So yes, I am very excited to check this out, and my camera thinks this is a real face. And the second manga that I'm going to be reading for the religious themes challenge is going to be Cross, and you can't really see the title because there's a sticker. But yes, these were $4.99, and basically this is about a priest who is an exorcist, I think. I haven't actually looked too much into this, but I'm always interested to see how Japan portrays Christianity, and yeah, so this is going to be interesting. This is not the full series. Full series, I believe, is 5 volumes, but before I decide to purchase those or not, I want to get a taste of what it's about. So the fourth challenge is Princess Knight. So I need to read a romance / adventure. I have chosen From Far Away by Kyoko Hikawa, and I'm really excited to read this, but I'm kind of scared too because I know that when I decide to read this, I'm going to want to keep going, and I only have the first 4 volumes. So volume 1, volume 2, volume 3. Yeah, all of these were $4.99 as well at my local used bookstore, which is actually an amazing price considering that this is a very high-priced manga on eBay, and it's out of print because, yes, it's Tokyo Pop. And yes, but I'm very excited to read it, and I've heard Laura from Manga Hoarder talk about this manga so much, and I am just super hyped to get into it. Handles it beautifully in this manga, and I am extremely excited for that. So the fifth challenge is Phoenix. So read a short story manga or a manga that has reincarnation elements in the story. And for that, I have decided that I'm going to finish up the last volume of Kingyo used books. And this is basically a story about manga sellers and at a used bookstore called Kingyo Used Books. And Kingyo means, I'm pretty sure it means goldfish. So, yeah, hopefully I'm not wrong about that. But what's really interesting is it actually features real world manga in it. And I kind of spoiled myself a little bit, but they actually talk about Sailor Moon in this manga. And like in the back, they give you information about this manga, about these different manga that they've talked about in the story. And basically each one, each volume is just filled with short stories about the different characters, but like they're loosely connected. It's very slice of life. There's not really any there's not really any like big supernatural elements in them, except for the magic of reading manga. So, yeah. And this this next volume that I've decided to check out is Wild Calm by Yumi Tamura. So basically I fell in love with Tamura's work after reading Neko Makes Gekikan Taraji, and that is one of her current manga that she's working on, and you can read it in Japanese only. I don't think it's ever been released in English yet, but I really hope that it does get released. Multiple short stories in one volume, and that's pretty much all I know about it. The sixth challenge is Blackjack, and so I need to read a suspense or a manga that has medical themes in it. And so I've decided on trying to read Vampire Knight again. It's actually been quite a while since I've read it, so I guess I shouldn't say again, because it's literally been years and years since I've read it. And the reason I want to reread this series is to determine if I want to keep reading it, or decide if I want to, you know, continue to collect the manga, or if I just want to rent it via my library, because they actually have, on Overdrive, my local library has it as ebooks. So I might just read the rest of the series that way, but if I really enjoy the series, I would prefer to have the actual physical copies. This is Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, and Volume 5. So this is pretty much the last volume of Vampire Knight that I purchased, and I purchased all of these brand new. So that means I was, you know, paying $8.99 per volume, which actually wasn't that bad considering how much they used to cost, how much manga used to cost back with like Ranma 1/2 and everything. But anyway, I had problems with this series. I really did. There were so many things about it that I just did not like. But in the beginning, I really enjoyed it. Like the first 2 volumes, I was pretty much like, yes, I like this. I'm intrigued on where it's gonna go. I'm intrigued where the story's going to go, and I specifically wanted to know more about Zero. I didn't really like Kaname. I thought he was kind of a jerk, but you're supposed to like him, I guess. But yeah, I definitely want to give this series a chance, and if I end up not liking it again when I read through these 5 volumes, then I'm pretty much going to like sell these manga, because I don't really want anything in my collection that I don't actually like, that I don't actually, I mean, Matsuri Hino's art is very beautiful, but she has other series that I could read. Thanks again for subscribing and everything, and I really hope you have an awesome time with this readathon and that you read some awesome manga.